Greetings fellow Decepticons, Soundblaster1987 here with another animation review. Today, thanks to the overwhelming response to my recent community tab poll of a channel, I'll be going over one of my all-time favourite children's cartoons, the 1996 remake, The New Woody Woodpecker Show. Now, I used to watch this all the time growing up, mostly because I had the Woody on Vacation VHS tape. So, for those who don't know, The New Woody Woodpecker Show is a 1996 remake of a 1970s cartoon about an obnoxious red and blue woodpecker who is always causing trouble for a certain Swedish walrus who I'll cover later on in the video. Mostly by pecking holes in things where they don't belong and that kind of thing. So, the main cast of this series features Billy West from Futurama, the voices of Fry, Farnsworth, Zoidberg, etc., as both Woody Woodpecker and his next-door neighbour and arch-nemesis, Wally Walrus. Then you've also got E.G. Daly, who is best known as Buttercup from the Powerpuff Girls and Tommy Pickles from Rugrats, as the voice of Knothead Woodpecker, who is one of the twin niece and nephew of Woody. Nika Futterman, who is better known as Asajj Ventress from the Clone Wars and several others, as Splinter, the other of the two twins, who is Knothead's sister. B.J. Ward as the voice of Winnie Woodpecker, who is Woody's girlfriend. Andrea Martin as Miss Meanie, the evil landlady that lives in the house that Woody Woodpecker's tree belongs to. And the legendary Mark Hamill as Buzzard, and his canary minion Tweaky is also voiced by, Mark Hamill as well. So, the main premise of this series is that Woody Woodpecker is an extremely lazy Scottish patriot woodpecker living in the USA who seems to delight in just laying on his hammock and eating snacks, occasionally pecking holes in things just to annoy other characters. There are other segments of the show as well which feature on other characters, such as the twins Knothead and Splinter, or Woody's girlfriend Winnie Woodpecker, who is basically like the Minnie Mouse of the Woody Woodpecker universe, being the love interest of the main character. And then there's also a little penguin called Chilly Willy, who appears in some segments, causing mischief in Antarctica and such. There's also a, mad scientist doctor who seems to be obsessed with genetic engineering and manipulation and such like, despite being an alleged medical professional. He seems to spend more time creating indestructible super termites and cloning himself and that kind of thing than actually curing any illnesses or injuries in the hospitals in this series for some reason. And then of course there's Woody's boss, Mother Nature, who's always keeping up with making sure Woody follows his quota of woodpecking holes in the trees and such, for fear of being demoted to a different species of bird for his trouble. Then, of course, there's the villains of the show. Miss Meanie is the landlady that owns the tree that Woody's treehouse lives in. She lives in the house next door to Wally Walrus, who is basically, the arch-nemesis of Woody Woodpecker and a close friend of Miss Meanie. They don't always get on, but they do tend to team up to get double revenge on Woody whenever his antics annoy both of them. Then there's the slippery, sly con artist Buzzard, who's voiced by Mark Hamill, doing a slightly raspier incarnation of his Joker and Skeletor voices for this role, but with a cockney accent twisted in out of nowhere. Mark Hamill, as I mentioned before, also voices Buzzard's minion Tweaky the Canary, who sometimes appears in some of the episodes, like the time he tried to teach Knothead and Splinter how to ski and that kind of thing. Most of these Woody Woodpecker Show episodes would consist of two main Woody or Winnie or Knothead and Splinter segments, with a little bit of Chilly Willy in the middle just to break things up a little. Not every episode features a Chilly Willy segment, but some of them do. Some of my personal favourites of this series include the episodes Wiener Wars, in which Woody Woodpecker and Wally Walrus were competing hot dog stand owners, Woody on Vacation, or Fake Vacation, in which Buzzard tries to scam Woody Woodpecker with a tropical vacation scam that didn't go well, Medical Winnie Pig, in which Winnie Woodpecker was obsessed with a medical sitcom on TV and wanted to become a doctor and ended up infuriating the mad scientist doctor of a hospital. And Woody and the Termite, which features the genetically engineered super termite I mentioned before, created by the same mad scientist doctor. Woody bought this termite in an attempt to increase his successful completion of his quota of woodpecking holes in the trees for Mother Nature, but the termite just ate whole trees in a single gulp, so Woody had to modify his behaviour somehow. It is a really good series, I recommend tracking it down. The official Woody Woodpecker YouTube channel has full-length episodes that have been remastered and upscaled to 1080p, so much higher quality than the old VHS versions were. I have to say it is definitely my favourite version of the Woody Woodpecker franchise over the years, and there's a lot of recognisable voice actors in there, so definitely gets my recommendation for future viewing. With that said, I've been Sandblaster1987, thanks again for watching. My next animation review will be Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons, the spin-off slash sequel to Thunderbirds from the Jerry Anderson multiverse. Until then, till all are one.